This video is sponsored by Paradox Interactive. Click the link in the video description to see if you have what it takes to survive the aftermath. Surviving the aftermath has been on my radar for about a year. It hit Steam Early Access in October of 2020, and at the time of recording, it's now November of 2021, and I'm not saying I had to look at the date on my computer just to double check that it was in fact November of 2021, but I did. And honestly, I only regret that I haven't played this sooner. I only regret that I didn't play this game on and off over the last year, because now that I've sat down and put a little bit of time into it, it really seems like the kind of thing that I would have absolutely adored last year. The good news is that I am finally sitting down to survive the aftermath. So let's just go ahead and jump right into a new game where we're going to have some choices to make. Now, much like a lot of the things that we play on the channel, I will do my best to sort of introduce you to the game as we go. And I will, in this case, play through the tutorial as well, just to give you an introduction to surviving the aftermath, what it's about, how it works, and what we're going to be doing. I think that's probably about the least I could do, because you know, it's a new game for the channel, and it is coming out on Steam, coming out of early access, which is kind of neat. So, we have a prologue. Modern civilization is gone. It fell apart in a time when rivaling superpowers fought over power and ideology. Too focused on themselves, no one noticed what was coming, until it was too late. Skies rained down fire as thousands of comets and massive objects pummeled the inner solar system. On Earth, cities were leveled and replaced by vast wastelands. As nations vanished, the remaining factions waged decade-long wars over scraps until there were no armies left to command. Now, we are all that remains, looking for a new home, looking for a way to start over in this age we call the aftermath. Oh, that's dramatic, isn't it? Let's absolutely have the tutorial on, and now we get to pick our challenge, and this might be familiar to those of you that have played some Paradox games before. For me, this would be most similar to Surviving Mars, where you get to set up your sort of challenge levels. So we can go ahead and say that there will be few challenges. We can say it's a tough road to walk, but never unfair, or suffering can be avoided. And that one's a little too realistic. So I'm going to go with a solid 2. We're going to go for medium right there in terms of the challenge. In terms of catastrophes, we can decide exactly what's going on there. Catastrophes are still sweeping across the continents. Extreme weather conditions and natural disasters have become a part of everyday life. Is this as good as it gets, or should we push deeper into the wasteland? Essentially, is the entire map going to become irradiated at any point? That's kind of the choice that we have to make. And I think in this case, we're going to go and say the worst has passed. We will still have occasional catastrophes, but we'll go for the worst has passed. The environment, again, we have a bit of a choice here. Destruction of unimaginable scale can be seen throughout the planet. Nature's delicate cycle was broken as the bombardment of different catastrophes never stopped. Once lush areas turned to dry, irradiated dust bowls that now cover the scarred land. It is the same everywhere we have been. Are we going to say that cities are demolished and nature prevailed? Is the world desolate and unforgiving? Or is the planet just a barren wasteland? I think we'll go for balanced on that one. In terms of survivors, I'm going to say we're going to have abundant starting resources and plenty of survivors, just because I can. In terms of ideology, we're going to start getting through some of these a little bit quickly here. I think I want to go for, well, we have survival and efficiency, we have large-scale production, or health and safety. I actually like the sound of health and safety. And now we get to pick some specialists. We get to pick 2 of them. And these guys are kind of useful. We can send them out into the world to get research points, to get resources, to discover things. There's quests that they can do. There's a lot of things that these guys can do. So we'll just go ahead. I'm going to hit randomize. because I can, and that has given us Scrapper, who 100 HP, 20 attack damage, 100% scavenge efficiency, 6 action points of speed, 50 something points per 12 hours in research, and he will get 30 health points every 12 hours in terms of healing. He is a fighter. And then we have Makeda, who is also a fighter. You know what? I'm going to say continue. I hit randomize, so that's fine. We're going to go for a nice sort of pink with a skull and crossbones, and now we need to name the colony. We'll randomize a little bit, though. Edgeburn. Edgeburn. That seems very, let's go for something else. Rock Bottom. Yep. That'll do. And then, I guess the colony motto is rather death than dishonor. I like it. I like it. Rock Bottom. That's great. And here's our summary. So, we're going through a tutorial. We have a medium challenge, occasional catastrophes. That's the environment, etc., etc. Let's begin. Let's just get to it. Oh, here we are. Lovely sweeping shot of the barren wastelands. And we have a choice to make. So let's go ahead and click right here and see what's up. The world is in ruins. Yes, we need to build a campsite. I am going to 100% talk over the NPCs because it's my show and not theirs. What we need to do is we need to build a campsite. This is the first building of the colony. It has limited scouting capabilities. It serves as resource and water storage. And essentially, this is how we get our first colonists. Now, I am going to make sure we're paused, which we are. I want to have a little bit of a scout around just to see what's going on, because we have a couple of things that are worth paying attention to. So right here, we have some wood, which is going to be great for construction. We have some berries, which are going to be great for food. We have some berries here as well. We have some plastic, which is going to be important for construction as well. But what I'm also noticing is we have some water up this way, and it doesn't look the cleanest, but I think up that way-ish is where I want to build the campsite. So I'm thinking we go for sort of about here. I think about there is probably good for the campsite, so we'll throw it down. We should see this fella right here, the settler, moving over to the campsite. And we'll have that done in no time at all. There we go. Beautiful. So, what have we got? We've got survivors. We can continue preparing for them, or we can shoot a flare and bring them in. We're going to shoot the flare. We're going to get them in here, and we're going to get things going a little bit. So the flare has gone up, and now everyone is here, which is absolutely fantastic. So, we have some things to pay attention to. If, again, as I've said a few times, if you've been on the channel before, you'll be familiar with some of the concepts in the game. You can see the little house icon over everybody. That means they have nowhere to live, nowhere to sleep, and that is something that we're going to fix. But there's, you know, other things to pay attention to as well. So when I mentioned that the tutorial's on, I didn't say I was following it strictly because, you know, there's things we got to do. So this bit of tutorial wants me to select a colonist. That's easy enough. We can just go in and click on you, for example. We've got old Camilla right here. No shelter. No workplace. 1 out of 100 contamination. That's not bad, to be honest. But let's go ahead and start building some things. Let's build some tents. And each of these will have 3 colonist slots. So we're going to need 4 of them in total. We get 2 free ones off the bat as well, which is lovely. So let's go ahead and place these things. I want to say, where do I want to place these? I kind of want to go here, and I kind of want to get another one right next to it. So right about there. And there is a little sort of red radius thing right over the top of these, and I'm not really sure what that's about. But I'm not really going to worry too much about it. We'll just get 4 tents right there so everybody can sleep. And I also want to get some dirt roads around here as well, because I think, you know, it's going to serve to make them a little bit quicker. So, you know, just a couple of little dirt roads there. We'll go around the campsite as well with some dirt roads. And that seems totally fine. So that's going to be a good start. And that is going to line up nicely with us needing to build more shelters. Now, on top of that, we have a free stockpile that we can build. We have free food storage as well. And the good thing about these is that we can send stockpile and food storage workers out to gather wood and berries respectively. So let's get ourselves a stockpile. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put it sort of over this way a little bit. So it can just live right about, let's say there. And for the food storage, do we have a nice cluster of berries? We actually have a really nice cluster of berries over that way. So that's a bit of a distance away from everything, but I'm going to put food storage over there so that we have a good number of berries coming in. And then elsewhere, we have a free water collector as well, which is going to be plus 14 water production. So we'll grab one of those. We'll build it over here right by the water. This is why I kind of wanted to be close to the water. And let's see, medium efficiency. We've got high efficiency right there. I think high efficiency is probably about as good as we're going to get. Although it's 84%, 89%, 93%, 96, 100% efficiency right there. That is exactly what we're wanting. So we'll place it there, and we'll go ahead and get a little dirt road that's going to come down sort of this way as well. So we'll connect it up there, and that'll be fine. That is going to drop down a lot of trees, but that's okay. And I think that's about everything free that I can build right now. So let's just go ahead and let the game run. We've got the 2 free constructions going for the houses. We've got the free stockpile as well, with a worker heading out to start gathering some wood. We've got the free water collector over here, which is operational. And we have the free food storage going as well. So we should have some food coming in, we should have some water coming in, and we'll have some wood coming in as well, which is lovely. So that's a start. That's going to keep us okay for the beginning. Now, something interesting with all these buildings is you can actually move the work area. And this is something that I've not seen in other games like this. And to be honest, I really like it. Because in things like Banished and to an extent, I guess, Timberborn more recently, you place down a building and it has that sort of fixed work area. And in a sense, that makes sense. But in another, it'd be really nice to just click in them and say, hey, I'd like to move the work area. Because if I do that with this guy, I can place it there. And suddenly the work area includes the 2 wood piles and also this wooden ruin, which has a lot more wood in it when compared to the wood piles. And obviously the trade-off in this situation is that the worker has to go further away. But I like that I don't just have to tear down the building when the resources are depleted in an area. I like that it becomes sort of a trade-off. Do I want to lose the resources, get some back? Do I want to build a new building? Do I want to send them elsewhere? What do I want to do? I like that. I think that's kind of cool. So I really like that. Now, resources. They are the ingredients for everything in your colony. They can be used to construct buildings or refined into more advanced products. Check how many resources you have stored from the top bar, and for a more detailed view, see the statistics menu. So at the very top, we can see absolutely everything. We have 12 colonists. We have 132 food, 2 water, no power, a bunch of wood, bit of plastic, no metal, no concrete, no parts, no components. We've got some tools, some clothes, no weapons, some medicine, some firewood, no science points, bit of currency, and then other is right there as well, which is totally fine. Now, we are being tasked with increased food production. Colonists will need food and to avoid, well, they'll need food to avoid starving to death. Stable production can be achieved by building a trapper or a fishing pier. So, I guess we have a choice to make in that case, don't we? I kind of like the idea of the fishing pier. I'm going to be honest, it does take more resources, but it gives us something a bit different. I've had a trapper before, and to be honest, I might just build both of them. But we'll start with the fishing pier. I've not actually played around with one of these before. And can I put it next to this guy? Is that going to give me... Oh, it's not very good. It's not very efficient in that spot. Okay. Let's go for there. And that'll give us... Well, about there is 100% efficiency. So right about there is fine. We'll get that thing built. And we'll bring a road out to it as well. So a road there. We can get a road in front of this guy. And I guess we get a road that sort of comes in... I don't know, over this way somehow. It's there's something kind of in the way of it, but that's all right. Let's see. It's that, it says berries right there. So we'll just do this. We'll just do a road straight out to it. We can do a road there as well, which I'm not totally against, but I don't know how necessary it is. It could loop around that way though, which is actually kind of cool. And we'll go there as well. So that works out. That gives us some fish. We've got some water. We've got some berries. And you know what? I kind of like the idea of getting a trapper as well. So the trappers will trap small game animals in the forest to provide venison for hungry colonists. Works with reduced efficiency during catastrophes. So we want this to be in a forested area. We have a pretty nicely forested area here. So, although I wonder, does the building have to be in a forested area, or can I just move the work zone to a forested area? I guess that's probably what we're going to find out, huh? So let's put the building there. This might be a risk. This building might not really do anything, but that's all right. And apparently wood has been depleted. Oh, it has. Yeah, we've gathered up all the wood from one of the deposits. And we've actually taken it from the other one as well. So now we just have the wooden ruins left. But there's a lot of ruins up there, so it's okay. Not really a big deal if the wood is getting depleted in the two little piles that we had there. I'm not really too stressed about it. Now, while we're waiting, we have been tasked up here with selecting a specialist. And they are the skilled individuals that can protect the colony or explore the world map. They can be sent out to the world map from their info panel once the gate has been built. They can also gather some basic resources like berries and wood when directly commanded, and I can easily find them via the specialist menu right up here. And I can select multiple by holding and dragging the cursor on the colony map. Okay, let's go ahead and get Scrapper. And we need to build a gate to send them to the world map. Okay. I'm going to be honest, I'm not really too worried about building the gate right now. It will be this thing down here, which is currently in ruin. We'll do that in time. And we can absolutely move this work area, which is lovely. So let's see if I can get, can I get 100%? I absolutely can. So the work area for the trapper is going to be right in there. That should get us a really nice amount of venison. And then we should have some fish coming up over this way in no time at all, which is lovely. We should have a really good amount of food coming in now. So no complaints from me whatsoever. And we can even go ahead and click on some of these buildings. And if I wanted to, I can add another worker to this place. And I don't know if that's necessarily going to increase the amount of fish that gets produced. I don't know if that means it's going to be quicker, but I think another fisher might be a pretty decent idea. So what do we got to do now? We got to get some plastics. So we're going to need a recycler, which is going to be this thing right here. It will scavenge plastic from plastic deposits. And I don't know if this one's free. It isn't. It's going to need 45 planks, which we have 198 of. No problem at all. So this guy works very similarly to the stockpile in the sense that it will grab plastic from these massive piles of plastic that are around here. So in this case, I think what we do is we simply go ahead and build this thing. Essentially, it can kind of go anywhere. It's not a huge deal exactly where we place it. Just, you know, in terms of efficiency, we want it somewhere that's not going to be miles away from whatever it's going to be scavenging. So I think right about there is a decent little spot. We can set the work area over here to get these two deposits, and then eventually move it up this way to get those ones as well. So we'll speed the game up. We'll get this thing built. In fact, we'll prioritize this thing to see if we can build it that little bit quicker. And then we'll go ahead and get some plastic coming in and hopefully, you know, start producing a little thing or two. Because we are getting a bit low on plastic. We only have 48 right now. So just a little bit more might help us out just a little bit. And I also want to see, in terms of the gate, what do we need? 175 plastics. So yeah, we're going to need a little bit of that. Now let's go ahead and move the work area to be right about there. And that'll be fine. That'll be a decent bit of plastic. Now, we have something here. Something's off with a shelter. What's going on? Not everybody's equally skilled in the art of building. One of the colonists is bad at it. His tent looks like it could collapse. Okay, let's improve the tent. And that'll give us a little bit of happiness. That'll keep everyone nice and happy, which it absolutely did. And the tent's not going to collapse at anybody. So that's probably for the best. That's kind of what we want. Now, production limits. You can set production limits for the resources created by production buildings. You can set limits to save storage space or to free up colonists for more important tasks. And I think what that means is I can click on something like the recycler, and I can say that the limit on you is going to be, 200. So I guess once we have 200 plastic, the settler in that particular building will go and do whatever else, which is fine. I'm not too worried about that, although I might take the limit off at some point because I don't think we need it right now. But there's not really any rush. No reason to be doing that just yet. Although, where are you at the minute? Oh no, I want to have you assigned. I didn't want to fire you. Oh, you are gathering. Okay. That's fine. And then your conditions and needs. What is this? So poor shelter. I mean, we know what that means. Then I guess you're lucky. Your health is fine. You're a little bit contaminated. And contamination is gained from polluted food, certain catastrophes, and the environment. The effect can be reduced at advanced hygiene buildings. High contamination levels will lead to radiation sickness. Now, speaking of hygiene buildings, we need an outhouse. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a little outhouse. Now, this thing is going to cause pollution. So I think putting it away from a few other buildings might not be a bad idea. So let's go ahead and put it... Oh, I don't really know where to put it, to be honest. We can kind of just put it here, I guess. Sort of in the middle of that space. We'll go for a little outhouse. And I feel like another one is probably not a bad idea. So we can kind of go for... I want to say there, right? I don't know if that's... I don't know if it needs to be that far away. I don't know if the little red markers mean that that's where the pollution goes, but I think having the pollution a little bit away from the houses, regardless, is probably a good idea, right? I think that's kind of the way we go on that. So we'll get those built. That'll keep everybody nice and happy. We absolutely can get medical tents as well. We can get a burial pit for laying our colonists to rest. And we can get a burner, which I'm going to be honest, when I first saw this thing next to the burial pit, I thought it was something else. I won't lie. I genuinely thought this was like, instead of burying the bodies, we can burn them. It isn't that. That's not what it's for. It's for heating up the colony. But I would argue, you know what? This is a sponsored video. I won't make that joke, but you can probably imagine where that joke was going. Okay. You can figure out the rest of that one for yourself. I'm not gonna make that joke in this video. I'll make it in the next one. Oh God. Oh man. That was almost I was almost a brand risk. It's fine. It's totally fine. Oh God, what? A colonist has mutated. What? What? Oh God. So lead to radiation. Left untreated, this can start causing mutations, which take longer to heal. Okay. Okay, so basically what it's telling me is we need a medical tent. I can do that. That's totally fine. We can totally build a medical tent. It's not a big deal. We'll go ahead and build it. I want to say like here is a pretty good spot, or like, I don't know, it could sort of go in there, or like up here. I guess it doesn't really matter where it goes. I guess we'll just go for there for the medical tent, and it keeps it relatively close to the center of everything. Now, what do you want? Proper fortification. You look punchable. I'm not gonna lie. Someone seems to have been stealing wood. Oh. Oh, the kids tore it down, did they? I'd like that wood back. Oh, they didn't like that. Oh. So minus 10 happiness across the board. But to be fair, we got plus 20 from building 2 crappers. Was it 2 crappers? We got plus 20 from fixing that guy's tent. That's what it was. So that's fine. We're still plus 10 in terms of happiness. So I will, I'll take that. That's totally fine. The kids shouldn't look. We have been through an apocalypse. If these kids want to run around here and start stealing planks? Then, frankly, no, sir. Okay. If they want to be going around stealing planks off of fences at the side of football fields and then heading into a forest to build a den out of said planks that they totally stole from the front of football fields while someone was leaning out the front door of their house threatening to call the police. That happened. That's actually, that is a true story. When I don't know what age I was. I would have been like, I want to say like 10. And myself and a few friends, we went through this phase for a couple of years where we wanted to build a tree house, but none of us were very good at building. So we settled on there was a forest near where I lived, and we would go in there and we cleared out an area. We like chopped down a tree to clear an area, and we built like a den, like a fort. And we decided at one point it wasn't good enough. So there was a fence nearby that we decided to repurpose the wood on the fence for the construction of the fort. It was an interesting time because genuinely it was not it wasn't hidden. It was, wait, someone's yelling inside a tent. Do you want to keep it down? Oh wait, someone fell. Oh yeah, so someone fell into a sinkhole. We'll build a ladder. It's gonna give us happiness, which is great. Yeah, basically we were like pulling boards off of this fence, and someone came out of their house, which was like across the road from where we were pulling the boards off the fence. And they're like, "You knock that off! I'm gonna call the police!" And we just like, we were sort of down a hill, so I don't know why we did this, because we could still clearly be seen. We just lay down in the grass and sort of like we lay down as though lying down would make us invisible and the person would just go away. Now they did go away. They absolutely did go away, and they didn't call the police. And we took like 2 boards off the fence. Also, colonists are injured, and I should probably pay more attention to that. Is the medical thing built? It absolutely is. It's also occupied already with 2 colonists, which is a bit of a worry. I wonder if we should build another medical tent. Because, I mean, what happened to you? So you're injured. Okay, you're also somewhat contaminated, which is also a bit of a worry. Okay. Well, at least you're in there now, so we're getting you all tended to. The point of that story being that we just lay down in the grass for some reason as though it would make us invisible, and eventually just took the boards and used them to improve the fort. Which honestly was great. We used we tore down bits of tree, and we found like these like shrubs that we would sort of make, turn into like bits of wall. We had like a roof on the thing made out of like a tarp and some plastic that we found and some bits of other fence that we had acquired. It was a good time. And then someone set it on fire, and that was the last time I went near any of those forts, because I remember I was walking out of the forest and, oh God, now someone else is infected. I was walking out of the forest and I turn around and there's just this massive plume of smoke coming out of it. And I was like, man, I didn't set it on fire, just to be clear. I don't actually know to this day who did, but someone set something on fire, and I just looked at it and thought, yeah, no, this isn't a path I want to go down. I don't know that I want to be sort of lumped in with the kids that set the forest on fire. That doesn't really seem like something I want to be a part of. Because that seems like a bit of a shady path to be following. So I kind of just started playing video games from that point on. Now what is this? Rabbit season. Oh boy. Okay. They've been working on a new kind of trap for hunting wabbits. Okay, try it out. Did they? Oh my God, they got radiation sickness. Okay. How? You know what? So they came back, they looked absolutely miserable and exhausted. The rabbits didn't fall for the traps, and rummaging through the polluted grounds has made them sick. Okay. Okay, you know what? If you really only got yourself to blame. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it right now. They've really only got themselves to blame in this situation because, quite frankly, the traps that we've been using have been working fine. We have more food than we ever had before. So they're running around arguing wabbit season, duck season, wabbit season, duck season. Meanwhile, I'm here, like, we've got rabbits already. We're fishing. You know what? I'm just going to let them do what they want to do. They're not going to be stealing wood. They're not going to be stealing planks. But if they want to go and investigate rabbits, then more power to them. That's what I say. More power to them. Now, let's go ahead and build the gate. We have enough materials to do it. We'll get the thing built. It's going to let us send the specialists out into the world to do their thing. And it should, I think, let us bring in some new colonists as well, which I think would be a pretty good idea. Because looking at it, we actually only have 2 carriers right now who transport resources. They build and repair things. Workers will work in their assigned buildings. Carriers essentially are like haulers from Banished. They're the ones that will move things around and do all that stuff. Now, what are you complaining about? No free workers. Okay. So we'll go ahead and we'll not bother getting another worker on that. I don't think we need another worker on that right now. I kind of just want this thing built, which is, I mean, it's coming along kind of nicely, which is absolutely lovely. And thinking about it, if we do get more colonists in here, we're absolutely going to need more tents as well. So that might be something we want to start looking into. The sky is falling. What the? Hello?
Hi.
What is, oh God. Pollution. A deposit of radioactive pollution that might burst out toxic waste around it. Clearing the area requires an operational environmental station. Oh boy. That was, oh my God. I forgot we called it rock bottom. So this is the world map. That's what this is. And this is essentially where the specialists come into play. So I can go to old Scrapper right here. And once this gate is done, I don't actually know how I got to the world map there, because I must have clicked something. Regardless, that was the world map. We can get to it by clicking this button. Eventually we can send specialists out and send them to investigate things. So in this case, we can send them out to get basic tools from this farm. We can send them out to get some basic clothing from that camping site, or some science points from the museum. We can also send them to perform reconnaissance on all of the other sectors as well. And it's actually kind of cool going out into the world and exploring. It reminds me of RimWorld, but I've never actually gone out into the world in RimWorld and explored. So it's kind of cool, man. I'm just gonna say it. It's kind of cool. I actually don't know why I've never done that in RimWorld. I probably should at some point. But I've also talked about RimWorld so much on this channel in the past couple of months, and I've still yet to play it. Well, I say that. I sat down and recorded 2 episodes of it, and I just didn't really enjoy it, so I didn't put them out, but yeah. Anyway, we need to open the pollution overlay. So this right here is a whole bunch of them. We can see building health right here, so everything is lovely. Buildings in general right here with a key on the left. Resources, which is actually, this overlay is fantastic. Oh my God. I actually really like this overlay. That's a really, really useful one. We've got water buildings right there. We've got some storage and all of that. We have energy, which is going to have nothing right now. Living beings. We can see them just chilling. And then pollution. So we have a bit of pollution right here. Quite a bit right there. We have none in the water, thankfully. And generally, we're not too bad. It turns out that the outhouses are not really generating that much pollution either, which that's kind of what we want. Also, soil fertility. That's something to pay attention to. We actually probably want to build in all of this space and probably start moving some buildings out of this space at some point. And then temperature is just normal right now, which is totally fine. So how goes this? How goes the gate? We have all the wood. We've almost got all of the plastic. So if we could just hurry that up and get it done, that would be lovely. Although it also has to be built once the resources do get here, which is fair enough, I suppose. At least all the resources are here. So who is coming down to build it? You are. There we go. All right. Oh, wow. That is going to take a minute. Oh, no, there's 2 of you working on it. There you go. I bet, you know, teamwork makes the dream work, right? That's what we want to see, especially in the aftermath of the apocalypse. right? This is that kid from earlier could probably learn a lesson from these two. Don't be stealing the planks. Use them to rebuild the gate and survive the aftermath, okay? It's kind of the point. Oh boy. Oh, there they are. Okay, you lot. There's 7 adults, 3 children, no elders. You're bringing supplies? Sure, come on in. Now, 10 of you are homeless. So that's going to mean that we need 4 more tents. So, wait, what is this? Oh, we got decorations. That's lovely. Okay, well, we're not going to be building any of those right now because we still need to get on our feet. But what we will do is we'll go and say 1. I want to build multiple, so I need to hold shift. Come on, Dylan. You've played a lot of management games. You know this. We'll build 4 of those right there. That'll be housing for all of the new people. And I'm not giving them decorations. I'm just not. They're not getting decorations. But we probably should get a few of them to work at the very least. So another fishing pier might not be a bad idea. It really might not be a bad idea to get another fishing pier. Or can we get another trapper? We can. We absolutely can. Although I really don't know if adding another one improves the production or not, or if it'd be better building just another trapper's building. I'm not 100% sure on that. So I guess we'll leave it for now. And I think maybe we do another trapper's building because it's a really nice forest right here. So maybe a trapper can go here. And then another fishing pier could go. Now this will be interesting. We don't want the areas overlapping, do we? So if I have them overlapping, they're just not going to be... Or are they fine? I guess they might be fine because that's apparently 100% efficiency right there. Okay. So that's fair enough. I guess we could build another one. Can I get one down here? 75% efficiency. That's not really what we're wanting. I could go there for 90%. I kind of just want to go up here. I've got to be honest, like up here seems like a pretty decent little spot for it. 100% efficiency. I guess let's just give it a shot. It does seem far away though. It does seem a little bit far away. So we can get, can I get like 98, 100% efficiency right there? That also seems really far away. Let's just settle on the 1 trapper for now, because looking at it, we're actually -8 on water at the moment. So production is 14, consumption is 22. So what that says to me is, let's see, a water well is a source of water, must be built away from other wells. Fertile tiles produce more water than normal ones, while barren tiles produce none. Okay. So that would say to me that a water well like here, or, you know, somewhere in this area would be kind of fantastic. So let's go for that spot. And they take a good amount of resources, but to be honest, I think they're probably really useful. So let's go for another one down here. And I mean, we could get some storage as well, which I feel like a bit of water storage is probably a really good idea. So let's go ahead and put that right there as well. And that should keep us pretty good in terms of water. In fact, I want to say that these guys should probably be priorities. So let's just click on both and set them both to be, oh, I see. You can only prioritize 1 building at a time. That's okay. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So this thing will get done in no time at all. We've had a kid born. We've completed the trapper. So let's just move this. Wait, that's not what I wanted at all. Let's keep your work area there. Let's move your work area to, can I get 100%? Oh, I don't know if I can get 100% on this one. It might be tricky. There is a pretty good looking work area back there. There's also pollution right in there now that I think about it. So we probably want to be careful. Up this way is not very efficient at all. Over that way. So yeah, the efficiency by the looks of it. So does it drop? Oh, it doesn't drop down based on distance. I don't want to send them to the same area though. That seems a little bit silly. This one was kind of built here to get that like 90-something% efficiency. I think we might have to stick with the risk of pollution. I'm not going to lie. I think that's kind of just going to be the way of it. And that's just how it be. Now, thanks to the water well, we're actually up to +3 on the water production. And now +15. So I don't need to worry about that. And we have some quests. We have a lot of things going on. Okay, let's send someone to the world map. Right, let's, oh, we've also got Vegas right here, who is a scout, which actually seems pretty good. So let's send you to the world map there, Vegas, if that is your real name, which I somehow doubt. And let's take a look at the world map where we have Vegas right here. So what I'm thinking we do is we head over to the museum, which we can do in a single move. And in what looks to be 3 days and 6 hours, we're going to get some science points. Or I think that's going to be the amount of time that's going to take. Regardless, we're going to get some science points. We can start doing some research, which is probably good because there's a lot of things we can research. We can upgrade a hunting cabin. We can get more people working there. We can go into basic farming, which gets us a small field. We can go into ice fishing. We can get wider piers. There's a lot. And that's just food. This is all just food research. We can also go into resources to get the maintenance depot to begin with. Then into crowbars and metal scavenging, etc. We can go into infrastructure. We can go into community. We can go into safety. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we can go into in terms of research, and it's kind of exciting. We also have a bit of a quest going on. We have an old nuclear plant, which we need to check out, which I mean, where is it? It's over there. So to do that, we would actually want to go and probably send another specialist to the world map. So you both have 6 action points. So we're going to send you out to the world map. And once you're there, we can essentially go and grab you. And I can get you to head over this way, which is going to consume all of your action points. And I think this little green bar that goes around the compass down there is essentially when those action points regenerate. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm still learning, but I think that's kind of what it is. So once his points regenerate, we can tell him to scout that area. We'll find whatever's in it, but we'll also be able to go into the nuclear plant and see what's going on down there. I didn't mean to pause. Let's go back to Rock Bottom, which I think, given that I'm running this colony, is just the perfect name. I'm just going to say it. I think it's absolutely the perfect name. I absolutely love it. And I love that it was randomly generated as well. It's absolutely perfect. Anyway, the green bar ticked over. We can go back to the world map. We have Scrapper. And we'll get them to start scouting that region, which is going to take about 23 hours. So we can head back to town. We can make sure this place is okay. And we're actually being told to build a scout tower, which is going to allow us to clear out some of the fog of war. Oh, hello. I'm not 100% sure why I was brought back out here. I didn't press anything, but okay, we're going back in. I didn't press anything. Wait, oh, hold on. Can I like, I don't know what is that a keybind? That might be a keybind. I think if I hold S and if I like scroll, if I hold S and scroll my mouse wheel. Oh yeah, it does. Oh, okay. So I can like scroll in and out to get to the world map. That's news to me. That's actually handy to know though. Anyway, scout tower. Let's get this thing built. And like I said, it'll clear out some of the fog of war that we have going on. So let's go ahead and build it. I mean, there's a lot of fog of war over here. So we can kind of place it here to clear out a lot of that space. We have a bit down here as well. We have a bit up here. We have a bit up here. I actually like the idea of building this thing up this way. So let's go ahead and build it right there. And I guess we take a road out to it. I feel like taking a road out this way sort of makes sense. Oh no. Intense and oppressive heat takes over the area as moisture evaporates. Colonists struggle to keep hydrated and cool while working. Lakes dry up and plants wither in the cracked soil. Colonists will drink double the amount of water Crop yields on open fields will suffer. Build and fill water storages while stockpiling food to survive. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. This is, I'm getting Timberborn vibes again. But with the, every time a drought kicks in and that, it's just, oh no. I'm sure we'll be fine. What have we got? We got like a day until catastrophe kicks in. How much water have we got sitting in storage? We have 400 in storage, so that's okay. It could be more. I'd like it to be more, but that's fine, I guess. Ooh, you're infected. And then wooden ruins have been depleted as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and move your work area to be there. That way you cover both of those ruins. And we'll get that scout tower built in no time at all. But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to leave it there, and we're going to pick up this colony in the next episode. We're going to see what happens with the heat wave in the next episode. In fact, I think it's about to kick in now. So, thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And unlike every other time, I mean, I will see you next time, but, you know, we're going to have a message from the video's sponsor before we wrap things up. So, take it away, me. Ha, thanks, me. That was a really great video. Almost as great as this video's sponsor, Paradox Interactive. Click the link in the video description to check out Surviving the Aftermath for yourself. It is available on Steam, it is available on the Epic Games Store, and it is available on Xbox as well. We will absolutely be checking out more of this game on the channel in the very near future, so if you are interested, you are new around here, do feel free to subscribe to be in the know for when that comes out. With that all said and done, thank you very much for the sponsorship, Paradox. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.